All right, let's let us get started. And as we are getting started, so I'm clear that y'all couldn't hear me earlier today. I'm really clear that y'all could not hear me earlier at the 12 o'clock hour as we were discussing the holiday harmony, integration, and peace. Yeah, y'all didn't hear me. I know, I get it. So that's why I'm coming on here now. So if you are out there, let me get TikTok on. If you're out there, let me know that you can hear me. And let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. This is pre-prep. I am ensuring that you can hear me. Yes, that you can hear me, darling. Please let me know you can hear me. That you can hear me loud and clear. The quick weave foundation for a versatile flip over can be a little tricky. Okay, we're not doing that today. So it's gonna be 6A on TikTok. All right, y'all. Let me know on the gram. No, we're not on the gram. On Facebook, all the places. Let me know you can hear me. I see the indicator moving that we have sound on all the devices. Please drop a heart or like or yes, we can hear you. And we're going to be starting in 3 minutes. Okay. All right. And, okay, so we're setting this up. Welcome, welcome. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. We are welcoming you back, beautiful humans. Welcome back, beautiful humans. Welcome back, beautiful humans. Let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. We are doing day 6, and this is 6A or 6B, right? Because I was live earlier, but you all couldn't hear me. So let us, Dean, you want to join me? You want to join me, Dean? And we work this out together today. All right, all right, all right, all right. So we got 2 minutes before we start. And I want to welcome everyone back. Welcome all the beautiful humans. Welcome you back. We are going on the journey. All right. This is day 6 of, you gotta be kidding me. This is day 6 of the holiday harmony sanctuary, rise above emotions. We're going to be inviting you to a webinar, a free, no charge webinar, where we are supporting us in shifting, transforming, knowing how to communicate with the subconscious mind to clear all of the stuff, right? All of the stuff that occurs during the holidays. So let's get a check. Let's get a check on Facebook. Let's see. Let's go on Facebook and let me know you can hear me. All right, I got 1 minute to get this together here before we get started. Okay, let's go here, Facebook. Come on. Okay, it says Felicia is live. All right, great. Let's turn it down. All right, continue. All right, all right, all right, all right. Cool, cool, cool. So I can also see some comments here. So we're gonna make sure that's turned down. And we're gonna put y'all right here. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So we are. Welcome back to day 6. Is it time yet? Okay, it's 4:15. All right, so welcome everyone. Welcome, beautiful humans. Love you all so much. Thank you for returning due to some technical opportunities that we had at the 12 o'clock hour. You all couldn't hear me on Facebook and LinkedIn. However, TikTok heard me, so yay, we made it happen. And I want to welcome back, and this is day 6 of our integration. Day 6 is on integration and having peace, which is also your prosperity and presence, okay? And we're going to be specifically talking about and taking you through some processes to support you in being able to have your peace, no trauma drama during this holiday season and moving forward, right? This is just the beginning. And so I want you to relax your mind. We're going to be resetting some boundaries. And also, we're going to be taking you through some processes that will support you in calming the nerves, all right? In calming your nerves and our nerves. Y'all up for that? So give me some feedback if that resonates. You definitely want to make sure you have water. You want to make sure you have some water. Definitely make sure you have some water. And what we are focusing on in this particular session is that when we take you from calm, from stress into being calm, you will be able to tap into the power that most people, I won't say most because I ain't talked to most people, so I can't say most. Many people have not made the connection that your prosperity is also tied into your peace, right? So it doesn't always have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to always be hard, right? It can flow with grace and ease, all right? So I want you to take a moment and just breathe that in. And do you think that that is possible for you? Do you think that's possible for you? And have you, for those of you who this resonates with, and you can bear witness that, yes, I can testify. I have some experiences where my peace is definitely the doorway to my prosperity, right? Because when we're in that peace, and I'm getting ahead of myself, when we're in that peace, we are opening the doorways and removing some blockages in the brain, right? Where the prosperity can now come through. All right? It can now come through. So I want you to inhale that in, and we're going to do it to a 3, 4, 6 count. A 3, 4, 6 count. We're going to inhale 3, we're going to hold 4, we're going to release for 6. Okay? We're going to inhale for 3, we're going to hold for 4, we're going to release at 6. All right? We're going to release 6. So I want you to now take a moment and inhale. And as you are inhaling, have the intention to experience, and say to yourself, set the intention that I am here, because we're supporting you in being present to your prosperity that's all throughout the piece. It's all throughout the piece. All right? So now inhale. 1, 2, 3. I am here. Hold 4. Exhale. I release what no longer serves me. All right. So we're going to do that for a cycle of 3. Inhale. And oh, wait. Before you do anything else. For those of you that are operating heavy equipment, do not do this. It's not the time for this right now. Don't do it. Don't do it, Cletus. Don't do it. Right? So, and for those of you that, for whatever reason, I don't know, but I'm just going to tell you, if you have some medical conditions, this is not meant to cure or do any of that, right? This is for info, edutainment purposes only. Now, if you have that experience as a byproduct of, I'm just saying what is possible and what does occur, hey, just keep coming back for more, right? And let's take it offline and do some things together, all right, to support you in that, because your body does have the capacity to heal itself, all right? So now, let's start over with our breath. We're inhaling for 3, and as we're inhaling, we're saying, I am here, all right? Then we're holding for 4, and you're just being with it. You're just allowing yourself and setting the intention to connect in with the body, right? Because we're going to support you in knowing how to communicate with the body today and show you that when you pay attention to the body, it does give you answers, and you can know how to get your yes and no, okay? So we're going to show you that. We're going to have that live experience, all right? So you're going to hold for 4 and just being present with the body, and then we're going to exhale on 6, and you're saying as you are exhaling, and you're thinking as you are exhaling, I release all that no longer serves me, whether it's people, places, things, circumstances, situations, all right? And this is all couched in the holiday harmony sanctuary, teach you to rise above emotions, right? So that this holiday season, whether you're like me, you got some grief going on. My mother passed away June 9th, and so this is a lot of firsts for everything. She's not here, and this work is supporting me to be able to know how to still navigate through it and be present with the truth of what I am feeling, right? And not judging myself and not allowing it to stop me from still enjoying the time and enjoying my breath and being alive, right? And that's what my mother would want me to do, right? So still supporting me to be able to know how to move through the grief, move through the sadness, move through the overwhelm, whatever your experience is, moving through people pleasing, moving through saying no, the beautiful no, moving through all of that, right? So this is going to support us along with the breath. It's supporting us to know how to do this for ourselves, because it's not a matter of if it's going to happen, it's a matter of when. And you're going to be able to have tools to support you during the holiday season and beyond to infinity, to be able to stay present, be purposeful, and regulate your intentions and why you're doing what you're doing. Be able to be present. So welcome, Big Unc. Assalamu alaikum. How you doing? Good to see you. And so Now, as we are getting back to the breath, y'all thought I forgot, getting back to the breath, we are inhaling for 3, saying I am here, thinking I am here, setting the intention, holding for 4, being connected with the body, and on 6, the exhale out through the mouth, we are releasing the air and also all that no longer serves us. So that's what we're thinking. So let's do this. What the time looking like? Okay. And so now let's inhale. I am here. Now we're holding. Exhale. Releasing what no longer serves you. Inhale again. We're going to do this for a cycle of 3. Second time, inhale. Thinking I am here. Hold. Exhale for 6. Release what no longer serves me. One more time. Inhale. Think I am here. Hold for 4. Exhale on 6. Releasing all that no longer serves you. All right. So we're going to be shifting, again, the money beliefs, and helping us to be able to know that our peace is the pathway to our prosperity. And that, let me say it another way, that the prosperity is rooted all up in the peace, and that everything does not have to be a struggle. You don't have to always work hard for it. I'm not saying you don't have to work hard. I'm saying it doesn't have to always be, you got to work hard. You got to work hard, and that's the only way that you have prosperity. No, this is not it. So tap the screen if you're appreciating this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like it on TikTok and give me some thumbs up on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you're tuning in from, right? So when you shift from pressure to presence, your energy stops repelling prosperity and starts inviting it. Yes, let's say that again. When you shift from pressure to presence, your energy stops repelling prosperity and starts inviting it in. All right? So, let's talk about this. Does that resonate with anyone? Can you relate to that? Is it like a brain fart? Have you ever heard it from that perspective before? Right? How your peace and how your peace is the doorway to your prosperity. All right? So I have to be very transparent. When the download came to talk about it this way, because I was prepared yesterday to talk about it a certain way, and then when this showed up today, I was like, I was real aware of what was happening in my body, and I was like, well, yeah, it made sense to me. However, when I checked in with the subconscious mind said, nope, you don't believe that. And I was like, well, okay, let's shift that SHIT. And so the SHIT is the low vibration energy, right, that had me out of alignment. And then when we shifted it to the self-healing inner talk, it raised my vibration, and now I'm in alignment with the frequency. I go from belief to knowing. And then the environment begins to reflect the new belief, the new knowingness, the new feeling, right? And now it can ride in on the waves of those feelings because they're intense and they're heightened, right? And now it can ride in and distill down into the third dimension from the quantum. All right? So, inhale and exhale. Still releasing that which no longer serves you, right? And all the chatter that's connected to, what is she talking about? That ain't how that go. Okay, well, let's prove it to yourself. Let's prove it to yourself. All right? You are the best validator of your experiences. Prove it to yourself. So think about this. Have you ever noticed that when you're stressed out about money, everything tightens? Have you ever noticed when you're stressed out about money, everything tightens? The mind, the body, the opportunities. I noticed that when you're stressed out about money, the mind, the body, the opportunities. So we talked about this a little bit. Prosperity, it's a frequency. And I've heard one of my mentors say that if you fight, they don't, okay, so they said it like this. When you want to fight for your limitations, we let you keep them. When you want to fight for your limitations, we let you keep them. When you want to learn something new to get you out of the particular circumstance or situation you're in, and then everything that's supporting you to do something different, to get a different outcome from someone who's done what they're telling you to do and have gotten the results, which is why you're in the room with them to get the results, but you want to do the opposite and still stay stuck and fight for your limitations, then yes, we let you have those limitations. Yeah, we let you have those limitations. So prosperity is a frequency, and if you fight for it, you literally can't see the possibilities. If you're not open to seeing the possibilities, you won't see the possibilities, right? And so a example I can give, and I'm sure she doesn't mind because she just gave me a testimony about this. Thank you for the hearts. One of my clients that I reconnected with, we did some work many, many years ago, and we reconnected. You know, had been on my mind, and I was like, okay, let me reach out to her. She had checked on my mom some about a year ago, or a few months, you know, prior to my mother making her transition. And so I had the inclination to reach out to her relative to supporting in whatever area that she needed support in, right? And so you'll find that I give a lot from the overflow, right? And so we were working on the money. You know, we were working on the money stuff. And so we had a session, took her through the whole process. She was open to it, and she's a powerful coach, facilitator in her own right as well. And so working with her also helps me. That's why I love doing this type of work, because I benefit from it as well. And so while I'm helping her help herself, because this is also a tool now that she can use on her own to be able to recognize where the stuck points are. She may not know how to shift them per se with the specific technology that I'm using. However, there's room for that too. So to be able to teach you, and that's a part of this mission as to why I'm doing what I'm doing, is because I'm on a mission to help at least 1,000 people have access to this technology so they can help themselves and their family, their friends, and those who know, like, and trust them, so we can accomplish more as we work together than we can by ourselves. So that's another part of the mission as to why I am now being consistent, coming forward with sharing this technology, because as simple as it is, I know it has been taken for granted. I've been doing this for 14 years, this particular technology, and it definitely is taken for granted because it's so subtle, and you know, it happens just like this, and so as if by magic. And so getting back to the story, so we worked together 45-minute session. I think we had, was it one or two? I don't know if it was the first one or the second one, but one of the sessions, as soon as we finished, she called me back like 3 minutes later and said, I just got a check in the mail. She was not expecting a check. And it was for an amount that definitely supported her in accomplishing some things that she needed to be able to accomplish. Right. And then she said from after that time span, she just kept getting, the money was just flowing in. And I was like, wow, okay, you want to give me a testimony on that? And so that's what's possible. And that was a part of, that was actually how I got introduced to this technology. But we'll have to tell you that story at another time. So I want to be able to share that with you so you can see what's possible for yourself should you be open to know something different, especially when what you're doing, the way that you're doing it, may not be yielding the outcome that you require. And if you're here, then you have the opportunity to change some beliefs, right? And we're going to support you in knowing how to do that, because it's really important that you understand that, and this is what it's important for me to understand. So as Sister Dr. Minister Ava always teaches us, is that we teach that which we are to learn. She says need to learn. I'm changing my language. So we teach that which we are to learn. Okay, but I got that from Dr. Ava. Dr. Minister Ava, may Allah God be pleased with her. All right, so changing the belief, right? And we talked about this on day one with changing the beliefs and what that looks like in the neurons and what's happening with the myelin sheath when we are doing this pruning process and uprooting a negative belief and now replacing it with a positive belief. And I use that terminology loosely due to the fact that the positive and the negative goes hands in hand. Although we have been programmed to believe that it's either this or that. No, you have to have both of them in the bigger scheme of things. In the bigger scheme of things. All right? And so, busy energy is not necessarily productive energy. Okay? Busy energy is not necessarily productive energy. And this is something that I had to learn and still learning for myself. When you've been so used to make it happen, make it happen, make it happen, make it happen. When there's times where peace, be still. And you follow the guidance on what you are to do and what you're to not do. And just, if you're to do anything, because sometimes you're not supposed to do anything. And being able to trust yourself enough to know that you're following the guidance. All right? So busy energy is not productive energy. Peace is the most profitable, right? Peace is the most profitable thing that you can earn. All right? It is the most profitable thing that you can earn. All right? And I want you to be able to know that as we are gathering here today. All right? And so, let's see here. So breathe. Now just take a moment and breathe. And if you have any questions or comments about that, just say so. Put in the chat. We'll take a moment and allow you to experience it. Okay, to allow you to experience it. Because again, peace is the most profitable thing you can own. All right? It's the most profitable thing you can own. And I want us to challenge ourselves with this knowingness. All right? So now let's do this. Let's begin to test ourselves and see, do we believe that? What do we believe about peace? What do we believe about prosperity? Most people think peace is being weak. When you're peaceful, you're being weak. And how does that apply to this holiday season, right? When there are just certain patterns and programs and things that happen during the holiday season, right, that you can guarantee it's going to happen every year, so much so that sometimes you dread even participating or going to the house or gathering with the family, right? So now I want you to inhale, because we are choosing to release that. So inhale, the count of 3, hold, exhale for 6, and you're releasing what no longer serves you, right? And so how can we at No Limit of Time support you to be able to recognize how these beliefs that we hold and what's their connection to the subconscious mind, the autonomic nervous system, right? So the autonomic nervous system is, in short, all right, it's what controls 99% of everything we experience. It is not the prefrontal cortex, right? It's not the conscious mind, all right? And so what I want you to prepare to do, again, you're not driving or operating heavy equipment, and you are now going to have an experience where we support you through the breath and showing you how to communicate with the subconscious mind to integrate a lot of this information that we are sharing with you today. All right? And so we're going to guide you through. We're doing the same breath. We're doing the 3, 4, 6, right? 3, 4, 6. And we're going to add an energetic component to this with showing you how to, what your body, your subconscious mind is really saying about these beliefs that you hold, specifically peace and its relationship to prosperity and vice versa, right? And should we have a little more time, we will definitely support you to go further. And you can join me on the 20th for a webinar where we'll go deep into this, and we're going to clear a lot of beliefs around money, traumas, grief, sadness, depression, overwhelm, not being enough, scarcity, poverty, all of that, right? And people pleasing. We're going to clear a lot of those beliefs on the 20th, right, at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can click the link in the bio to register, and we'll drop it at various locations on the stream here. All right. And so again, when we're inhaling, as we're doing this clearing, because we're going to be utilizing the body as a tool of communication, because the body is always communicating with us, right? And now when you do this, when I show you how to do this, your body is going to thank you and be grateful that you are now returning to your original state of being, how God created the body in its capacity to communicate with you, and for you to be in charge of the temple and to pay attention, right? And know that you have everything that you require to activate the body's ability to self-heal. Now, am I saying don't go to doctors? No, I'm not saying that. You got your allopathic, you got your naturopathic, you got your integrative, you have holistic. You know, we have all types that's really popular now. It wasn't because we've been talking about this and doing this for like 27 years for myself, 54 years for my sister, and us doing it together. You know, like I said, it's been 27 years for us doing it together. And so it's a real thing. You know, I mean, it's a real thing. So I want you to be able to know what's possible for you, right? And be open to the possibilities and know that I can do it, you can do it, right? If I can do it, you can do it. If he can do it, you can do it. If she can do it, you can do it. Because again, you really do have everything that you require within you and or within 8 feet around you. All right? Connecting with the people, places, things, and circumstances. You do. All right? So what I want you to do now, as you're continuing to focus on your breathing and being intentional with the breath, you're going to stand up and make sure you have water. I'm drinking my tea. because I'm refraining from food today. And trust my body got enough fat to tide it over for probably the next 7 days. If I decided to go that long. Whew. That's another whole story. So anywho, you want to stand up. We're going to teach you now how to connect with the subconscious mind. Okay? You want to stand up and make sure your feet are, you're straight. Toes are straight. As long as if you're bow-legged, then no worries, right? But you want to stand and you want to make sure your knees are comfortable. You want to refrain from the knees locking. All right, and you notice how I change my language when I catch myself saying things, because I know that I'm always creating and I want to be intentional with the words that I use, the words that are coming out of my mouth. All right, and staying in present moment awareness, due to the fact that I'm always creating and I want to, and I choose to be intentional with what I am creating. So you want to stand up, knees comfortable, right? So if I was to come by you and just do this, you'll move. And so now I want you to say what your name is, and we're going to wait for the body to move in a direction, whether it's forward or backwards, to the left or to the right, all right? And so it's important to be hydrated and have water, all right, as you are having this experience. So let me know if you're ready. You're standing up. You're ready, Freddie. Got your water. Drink some water, because you definitely want to stay hydrated. All right, you want to stay hydrated so the muscles flow. The muscles have the hydration and the liquid nutrition to support it with getting the information that is in the blood, right, in the cells, and moving throughout the whole body, right? Because every thought that you think is a chemical, it's a protein. Every thought that you think, all right? So, now that you have your water, okay, and you're standing up, you're ready, so you want to say what your name is. We're testing what we know to be the truth, all right? So you want to stand up and say what your name is. And you want to, just, it's not really complicated. Just stand up and don't lock your knees, okay? That's how I have to say it so you understand it. Everybody understand, don't lock your knees, okay? We always talking about what we can't do and all that stuff, so y'all understand that. All right, so now just say what your name is. I'm going to say what my name is. You say what your name is. And then you're going to wait for the body to give you an indication of movement, and you go with the first direction that it moves in. All right, so my name is Felicia. All right, so that means, and my name is Felicia. So when my body sways forward, it's a yes. Okay? That's what that means. What did you get? Did everybody get what their name is, say what their name is, and got a direction? All right, so now we'll take a few moments, and remember to continue to focus on your breathing. Be intentional with your inhaling. On your inhale, you're saying, I am here. On your exhale, you're releasing no longer what serves you. So set that intention and know that when you're breathing, that is what you are. That's your purpose. That's one of the purposes. All right. So now let's test what we know to be not true. All right. So you can make up a name, right? So I'm going to say my name is Kim. And I went back. So that means when I ask the body a question based off the beliefs that I hold, if my body sways forward, that if it sways forward, that means it's a yes. If it sways back, that means it's a no. Now, when we wanted to be the opposite of what it is based off the beliefs we hold, then that's when we'll go in, do our breath, and we'll clear it. All right? All right, so now did everybody get their no? Let me know in the chat. If you got your no, you're doing this or not, whether you're listening live and or to the replay, the energy is evergreen. It's always present. All right, because we've set these intentions, and this is for the highest benefit of you, right? This is for the highest benefit of you. If you're listening to this and you're like, what is she talking about? I don't know nothing about this. Well, your subconscious mind knows, and so this is part of an answer to a prayer. So just keep watching, keep coming back, because we're going to be back here tomorrow as well with day 7, doing some more integrations, getting us ready for the 20th, where we're going to be clearing a lot of the limiting beliefs that keep us stuck in love, health, and wealth. And again, not just for the holidays, but moving forward as well. All right. So now, I invite you to test. Let's test. We got our yes, we got our no. Some people's yes may be to the right, some people's no may be to the left, right? So whichever direction it is, if it has not been established just yet, drink some more water and start over, okay? Because that means you need a little bit more water. You're dehydrated, okay? Because that's the current that this electric runs through, all right? The spark that gives us life. The water is the currency that takes the spark to all the different organs, right? Takes that energy that moves, that flow, okay? So now, we're talking about peace and prosperity. We're talking about peace and prosperity. So now let's test. So you want to repeat after me. Say it out loud so your ears, all right, you can hear yourself saying it. It's not just thinking it. You can hear yourself saying it, so you're accessing and utilizing your senses, all of the senses. All right? So we're focusing on our auditory. We're speaking it, and auditorily, we're hearing ourselves say it. All right? So now, repeat after me. And again, after you say it, just be patient. And I know many of you all do try to stop it. That's normal. Everybody does, because we always try to control everything, and we don't believe that the subconscious mind is controlling everything. And how can I prove that in no limit of time as we prepare for this? And I can prove it this way. Did you just tell your heart to beat? Did you tell your liver to function? Did you tell your pancreas? Have you told any of your organs to do what they were created to do purposefully? No, you didn't. And if we had to, because we give so much power to everything else outside of us, nobody would be here, right? So God knew exactly what to do to be able to support us in being able to animate and have charge over this temple and this vessel, all right? So, and the God in you has access to the same power, okay? That's another story too. All right, so now let's test. I know that peace is the door to my prosperity. Okay? See, I gotta know, because I said it a different way from when I tested it the first time. All right? So now let's test. I didn't say I believe this time. I said I know. All right? So what is that showing me just for myself in this whole process, right? Is that I needed to go a little bit deeper. Yes, I tested belief, but belief and knowing are two totally different things. Belief and knowing are two totally different frequencies, different energies, right? Totally different. And so now, if you got a yes, but I gotta know, so we getting ready to shift it. So for all of us listening live and or to the replay, if you gotta know, then let's shift it. So offer your permission and say yes. And focus on your breath. And inhale. Hold. Exhale. You're releasing that which no longer serves you. Right? Inhale again. Hold. And releasing that which no longer serves you. Inhale again. Hold. Releasing that which no longer serves you. Okay? So now let's retest. And the statement, and repeat after me, and it goes a little something like this. Hit it. I know. Give it back to me a lot. Give it back to me. I know. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I know that peace is the doorway to my prosperity. Okay. I felt myself go back a little bit first, so we're going to turn up the energy. We're going to turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. All right. So what's happening is my higher self is connecting with your higher self, and the shift is being made because of our honest intent. You know, our integrity, our intent to shift it, because we're releasing that which no longer serves us, right? And we are here in present moment awareness. So now, let's continue to focus on your breathing. All right, in that holding phase, be present to any signs or signals in the body, any lightness, any heaviness in the body. All right. Okay, and we're giving these to you for the highest benefit of all involved. Okay. All right, and if it doesn't clear, then that means we just need to go a little bit deeper. So now let's retest. I know that peace is the doorway to my prosperity. All right. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. All right. How do you feel in your body from just that shift? How do you feel in your body? Oh my goodness. How do you feel in your body? Is there a heaviness? Is there a lightness? Prosperity. Yes, prosperity. Is there a lightness in the body? Right? All right, so now let's test this. All right? Let's test. I know. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So now let's test. I know what prosperity feels like. Okay. So test that. I know what prosperity feels like. All right. Got a yes. Yay. If you didn't, then let's shift that. So just say yes out loud that you want to shift that shit and change it to self-healing inner talk. You're changing it from no, you don't know, with your low vibration, to yes, you do know, because you're changing it. And now you have it. And now your environment and your experiences will now reflect that and be a magnet to you being able to experience it in the third dimension in real time. All right? So let's write. All right, you ready to receive? Focus on your breathing. Okay, receive. Open your heart to receive for the highest benefit of all involved. Yes, yes. All right. So now, open your eyes, and now let's retest. Drink some water if you have to. Please drink some water if you have to at any point. Make sure you stay hydrated. All right, so now let's test. I know what prosperity feels like. All right, so it should be a yes now. All right, it should be a yes now. All right. And so if it's not, then again, that means we need to go a little bit deeper. What you can do is DM me, if you want to go a little bit deeper, and you can say what came up for you, and we'll come back tomorrow. Again, we're going to go do some more integrating in preparation for the webinar on Thursday that you can attend. That is no charge. You can register in the link in my bio. All right. And we can go deeper. All right. And so what I want you to be able to know is that as you now are, you know what prosperity feels like, you know that your peace is the pathway to your prosperity. I don't mean it's the only one. It's a pathway, the pathway to your prosperity, right? You can now recognize that the different opportunities that come up, you can be present to it, right? And additional revenue streams that begin flowing towards you now, right? And just know that while this it can almost be as if it's magic, all right? It's biology plus the belief, right? And your nervous system is the real accountant, all right? The calmer you are, the higher your capacity to receive is, all right? So we talked about boundaries the other day, being able to, and always know, people always knowing how they can trigger you, right? That no longer has to be your reality unless you want it, unless that serves you in some kind of way. You might wear it as a badge of honor. It gets you attention, right? Whatever it is for you, you have the opportunity to shift it and have a different experience where you're not constantly having the immune system work harder than it has to because you're in this constant rage and anger and flux, right? So today, guess what you have? You have a new identity, right? You have a new identity today that is the peaceful creator. How about that? Right? The peaceful creator. You generate impact, right? And income from a centered state. Not one that's always chaos. It's from a centered state. And so I invite you to imagine, what would it look like if you treated money the way you treat peace? What would your money look like if it treated you the way you treat peace? Right? What does your money look like if it treated you the way you treated peace? So if you don't never have no peace, that means you won't never have no money. Huh? Right? Or the money always eludes you, right? Or it's always leaving you. Would it run away because you ignore it, or would it stay because it feels your gratitude? It knows that you can solve a lot of problems with the money, and you're keeping it in constant flow. You're not just hoarding it and sitting on it, right? You putting it to use. It has a purpose. And when you put it out there, thank you. When you put it out there, you give it an assignment. And one of my mentors, Dr. Jewel Pookrum, taught me, she said, when you're giving money away to the homeless, she said she keeps a certain amount of money in her dashboard to give away to the homeless people. And it's a way that you give it to them. And it's an intent. I don't have a dollar on me to show you how to fold it. But what you want to do is, hey cuz, what you want to do is, this is the dollar bill, right? So this is the dollar bill, okay? This is the dollar bill, everybody. So now, this is the dollar bill. And now when you fold it, this is the crease of the dollar bill. Thank you. This is the crease of the dollar bill. Now, the opening part is pointing to you. The opening point is pointing to you because you got a dollar. You got a dollar on you. So I can show them this live demo.
Let me see what I got.
So, the opening part, thank you. Because I didn't have one on me. All right, here, see, here we go. We got a Benjamin. This is Benjamin. Who is this? That's Washington. Okay, we got Washington. Benjamin's the 100. Y'all see what my mind always be, right? Okay. Might be on the Benjamins. Okay, so we have this dollar. And now what you want to do is you want to take it and you fold it where the crease is facing the person you're giving it to. And the opening is always facing you. So when you give it to the homeless person or the person in need, whoever it is, you can set this intention now. All right, so because it'll be already in the energetic field, you know, because you're doing it from your heart space. And when you give it to them, you decree, declare, demand. Because as Jesus said, greater works I do, you shall do, right? In his name, right? And when you make that declaration and set that intention, right, that it comes back to you tenfold. Regardless to what the homeless person might do with it, or the person you're giving it to might do with it. That's not your business. And that's what I said. That's not your business. All right, when you giving it to them out of the goodness of your heart, give it to them with the closed part facing them, and it's open towards you so that more comes back to you when you're giving it to them. Okay? Got that? Thank you, cuz. So, if this landed for you today, please drop some money in the chat or a piece of, drop it in the chat. And let's anchor this peacefully prosperously in the ethers and with your brain to know that, yes, this is the shift that we are making and embodying now. All right, this is the shift. And this is your anchor, right? This is your sign and your symbol that you got this. And this is your agreement and your next step in how you are creating new experiences for yourself during this holiday season and beyond. All right? So I had so much fun doing this evening. I know y'all couldn't hear me earlier. That was good too. I really did. I had a good time talking earlier too with the integration of the peace. And then we brought this back since you couldn't hear me, and we just took it a little deeper with the peace and prosperity and how your peace is your gateway to your prosperity. So thank you all so much. Again, drop some dollar signs in peace as you're listening live and or to the replay. And you can register for the Holiday Harmony. Holiday Harmony Sanctuary Rise Above Emotions webinar that is coming up. Let me show this. Let me see if I can pull it up. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about vision and the prosperity plan. Okay, so we turn all of this into clarity because your peace is the pathway to your prosperity that your clarity needs. Okay, that your clarity rides in on. So if you're not clear about some stuff, those are some blocks that are blocking the prosperity. All right? And so we're supporting you during this holiday season, for one, with the intent of not having to have some of the same experiences you had last year, right? And in that, you are now creating and co-creating your present future experiences that you're going to have. So 2026 doesn't have to have all the trauma, drama, and all the triggers and all the things, right, that 2025 has. So what does that mean? Yeah, my mother's dead, right? So it's gonna lie. Okay. So my mother passed away, right? So my 2026 is gonna be totally different, and I'm still gonna be grieving, you know, and it's gonna be different. It's different. My grieving is different now. It's different now because I have this work, and this is some of the work that I was helping her and that we were doing together that helped her to show up and be open in her age range to making some of the changes that she was making and being able to stand on the decisions that she was making about how she was choosing to heal. All right? And so that's another story. So you get the point though, right? So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. And so until then, thank you all so much for your time. Thank you for your attention. And I am sending you love, light, and healing power presence for the clearing that has taken place in this session today. And we thank the Ascended Masters, the Archangels, the Elementals, the Fairies, the Animal Kingdom, the Plant Kingdom, the Ancestors, the Warners, the Guides, the Messengers, right? The Messenger, right? The Exalted Christ, right? We are giving thanks to all of the spiritual beings and that support us. The archangels, the ascended masters. Did I say the ascended masters? Okay. All the energies, no matter how you refer to different energies, existence, supreme being, omnipresence, prime directive, the God of all that is, all in all, you know, no matter. And even if you don't, it's okay, because it's all energy that we have access to that breathes every cell, every muscle, every tissue, every fiber of our being. All right? So I want to thank you and know that your peace and prosperity are the same frequency. So thank you so much for tuning in, and leave your comments, share it, and we'll see you on tomorrow. Bliss, bliss, and aloha. Peace, peace, and some